Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at Avalanche. And just before we do, we typically take a peek at Bitcoin. Won't take us long at all. Pretty much just trading right around 64,500, just in between 63 and 65,000. That's kind of the support and resistance channel recently formed. One thing that's really good though, and we might be testing that soon, is the 4-hour chart. We have a 50-day simple moving average working as a support level. So it's a really key indicator there that should be able to help continue to push the price up past 65,000 this weekend. That's the goal. All right, so taking a look here at Avalanche. Oh, just before we do, I got to let you know, not a financial advisor by any means, but this is always for educational purposes only. And the main reason why I say that isn't just for, security's sake. It's more so the fact that you know that I love trading and I love teaching people how to trade. That's why I created this channel. That's why I created my trading community as well. So we're almost 200 members strong. I might have to put a cap on it very, very soon, but just note that prices will be increasing next month. So check that out in your own time, of course. I have a descriptive video somewhere up here, down below, comments, all that whole stuff. You can kind of see what's going on there yourself. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the one-day chart and work our way down. We've got this kind of descending pattern where we just had a breakout, of course, to the upside. It's pretty standard for a continuation. It's a bullish continuation. And then also looking at the one-day chart, we're trying to break above 70, but the RSI on 70 is effectively this resistance level here. So if we can close above that, then the RSI will peak above and we'll be pretty much on track for the 70 on the RSI being a support level. Okay. But bottom line here is that we're still trying to break that resistance level here, right about $97. The price looks to be right between the support and resistance channel between 93.50 and 97. Essentially, that is basically the highest point in which Avalanche has gotten, as well as right around here. This is the next closest support level. So all good things here for Avalanche. I like the way everything's working out here. Now, taking a look at the 4-hour chart, some pretty obvious indicators here. The key takeaway here is that the simple moving average is working as a support level. So the 50-day SMA is working as a support. And we also have a MACD convergence on the chart here as well. That took place about 1 a.m. So it's kind of an indication of a buy signal at that point. So if you were looking at this at about 1 o'clock in the morning here in the US, Pacific Standard Time, then you would have kind of caught that MACD convergence, which is a really good indication of a buy signal, right? So if you're new to just trading in general, look for a MACD convergence in the 4-hour chart where the 12 intersects with the 26 in an upward fashion. That pretty much gives us an ideal indication of a buy signal to go long. Now, furthermore, if we have a 1-hour chart break above the cloud, that's even better. That's basically like a double rainbow. What do you know? Look at that. How perfect is that? And this happens quite a lot. Oftentimes you get a MACD convergence to the 4-hour chart, and you can look at the 1-hour chart, price breaks above the Ichimoku cloud, and it basically tells us we got a strong buy signal. So right there would have been an awesome entry point. I know hindsight's 2020, but try to look for that moving forward in other coins as well. It's a pretty common characteristic. It happens more often than not in cryptocurrency trading, just based on the fact that things are moving a lot quicker than a traditional market, and you get those kind of indications faster. But the cool thing is it's broke its key level resistance at 93.50, and it is trending upwards towards right around, what, 97 was it? Yep, 97 is pretty much the resistance level here. That's the all-time high. So we could very well see an all-time high breakout. We'll find out here soon. Let's take a look here. We are a little bit overextended with the TD sequential, but just keep in mind that's not a terrible thing based on the simple fact that this Avalanche has a tendency of going into overtime. But what I would like to see is for the price to maybe consolidate closer to 93.50 and then potentially break to the upside after it's had a chance to relax. Or what could also happen is the price may break above the resistance level here, come down and relax at that point, which is $97, and then break to the upside afterwards. It's a really common characteristic for the price to break its all-time high and then to come back and test it as a support level. And once that key level support is established, then it ramps up and we'll take off from there. So if we see this break its all-time high and then test the support level, which is a previous resistance at $97, we're going to be in really good shape to see a break to the upside. So it's going to be a case in point where you want to add to your position. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set an alert at 97, just so I'm notified when the price does break that level, and I can pay closer attention to see if we can take a position to the upside. So that's kind of what we're looking at here for Avalanche. All good things. The last thing we might want to take a look at would be to say the potential for this coin and where it could be eventually, right? In other words, just based on the most recent retracement, again, November 10th, that was the lowest point in which it will go. And the current price action here, let's go right about there. Looking at a better case scenario of about $115, $116, I would say, and that could take place in the next couple of days, especially if we break its all-time high. But I would say more so to be conservative, which I typically am, I would say 1 to 2 weeks for Avalanche to hit about 116. It could very well go higher than that. Don't get me wrong. We can reevaluate this again once the all-time highs are broken. It might even be as later as as early as later today, right? But the key takeaway here is that Avalanche moves fast. It moves quick. So if you were to take entries soon, it wouldn't be a terrible consideration just based on the simple fact that we have a pretty strong key level support about $85, and you should be in pretty good shape to see the price just kind of continue here. It probably wouldn't have went as low as it did recently if it wasn't for Bitcoin selling off. We'd probably have broken its all-time high already if it wasn't for that. But again, we can't control Bitcoin, but we can just certainly work around it, right? That's the reason why we look at Bitcoin first before we take entry. That being said, I hope you found benefit here today. We'll take another look at Avalanche here again soon. Thank you so much to my patrons for requesting that I cover this. If you're not already a patron, please consider checking that out. I think it'd benefit you and everyone greatly. It's a really cool situation where I actually have a trading community. You can learn how to become a better trader. But more importantly, you can share, or I share more importantly, there are my trades that I take with my members. So you can kind of follow along if you'd like, or at least get a feel for, what it's like to trade in this kind of market consistently. I'm usually sending on average about 1 to 3 signals per day. Weekends a little slower based on volatility, but weekdays are definitely pretty strong. So check that out in your own time. Thank you so much for joining me here either way. I hope to hear from you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Have a good one. Take care.